So, been working on some simple things for Final Fallacy. First off, you see this map, it's rather empty. There's just some placeholder characters from the game engine and such to do some certain functions. But as we start the game, you see something different. This is empty, as you see. Nothing there, nothing, no objects and nothing. And once we press the test button, things should be changing. So yes, I've been away a little bit. The current situation with the virus and such has been affecting my life. I've been able to, of course, not get it, but I have had to kind of retreat to countryside because of that. So that is why the lack of some updates. But now back to updates. So, Final Fallacy opening up. And yes, I've been working on many different things, and this is, I think, more of the visually showable things. I've been working on some background things about how party can discuss, and and that sort of things, and usually about the economic situation and everything else. Yes, and time system and such. As you can see, it's night right now, and you cannot see much. It's winter time in Final Fallacy Land, so that's why it's winter night. It's snow falling. You can barely see something, but still, it's because it's night. You can't really see much. So let me change that right now. So yeah, time system is now off. You can see the map clearly. Adding flora, fauna, trees, rocks. So yeah, I've been testing with this system. Of course, these sprites are still going to change. One of my friends said, that tree is very horrible looking. And it's right because there's no shadows in there, but it's a placeholder thing. I've been testing on how to plant some trees, put some fauna in, put some animals in, and create a game environment with this. The plan is very much that if you go to a land, of course there are predetermined things like quests and such, but there are also actually quests that are not predetermined. They depend on the time of the day, they depend on many things, but one of the things that is quite varied is the environment. As you can see, there are rocks, there are plants, there are every small thing you can see. And I cannot. There's no swimming system on, so I can just walk on water. I'm Jesus. But the thing is, there's also the interior, as you can see. I can move in, and usually when I go into interior, I have not made setup so the trees and plants won't, not show themselves. Of course, future I will. But this was one of my major kind of breakthroughs. You would think this house is pre-built and predetermined. However, I've been able to create a system now that I can spawn houses wherever I want, and you can go into them, and there are people can go into them as well, events, and characters can go and be inside of them. And that is essentially it. It's a big thing, but what this does is that I can actually make each part of an object. Like, let's say if I shoot a fireball to this house, it can be destroyed, and that actually now works. In other projects, when you make a house, it's actually nothing that cannot be touched upon. It's not an object that actually exists. It's just like a painted with the game creation program. However, with this change, a house can potentially burn, and house can potentially be built, and of course went inside too, and there can be events and such inside of that. And same for the trees, same for the rocks, same for the all the things you can see here, everything. So that's all for today. So that's been a lot of developments. This is a major system because I'm using currently a game engine that has no systems like these built into them. Nothing whatsoever. So there's been a lot of work on that. And what I'm hoping to build is a world that you can actually interact with objects, interact with the world. Let's say you put a fire on the village and the village burns. That is what I want to do. and I am building system for it. Many of those systems are ready, and you are seeing one of these systems on work right now. Of course, visually things are going to change, but still there's a lot of progress with this. I tell you, a lot of progress. But thank you for watching the progress of Final Fallacy. Please subscribe for the project and share around if you are interested to see this quite extraordinary RPG go far and beyond.